Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to delve into some more fantastic officially supported mods for Baldur's Gate 3, but this time with an emphasis on cosmetic mods for the game specifically. Baldur's Gate 3 has a giant plethora of cosmetic mods which can really change the feel of your own playable character as well as that of your companions. I feel like cosmetics for a game like this become super important as you start new playthroughs, as the small touches that cosmetic mods illustrate really add to making each individual playthrough feel different from the last in terms of the aesthetic of your character and that of your companions. With all of that said, let us get right into the video. The first mod on this list is the Faces of Faerun mod. This one is quite popular and for very good reason. The mod does exactly what it sounds like. It adds several new heads for you to choose from in the game's character creator, while also not replacing any of the vanilla heads already in the game. These faces or heads are only for standard body types and all look quite different from the vanilla heads in the game and from each other. I've been using some of these different options in my second and third playthrough of the game, and they are really well done as they feel perfectly in place in cutscenes and dialogue, and overall are well aligned with the game's aesthetic. Our next mod is the HairUnlocked mod. This one is absolutely awesome as well, as it adds a staggering total of 30 new in-game hair options for you to choose from in the character creator. Pretty much all of the hair models that have been developed in this mod should be usable and accessible in using any of the races in the game, allowing you to really have a giant collection of hair choices anytime you decide to create yourself a new character. Significantly, it also adds multiple new options for the companions in the game, such as 3 new hairstyles for Shadowheart and 2 new hairstyles for Gale as well. The next mod here on this list is the Kay's Hair Extensions mod. This mod adds several new hair extensions for you to choose from on top of the hair options you have chosen in the character creator. Unlike some other hair mods however, like the one we just discussed earlier, the mod actually cuts out pieces from various vanilla hairstyles in the game and then adds the hair extensions developed into the chin section in the character creator. These extensions are also available for any race in the game, so you can truly customize all of your character's hair in various ways in combining this mod with the previously discussed HairUnlocked mod. This mod is one of my favorites on this entire list, and it is the FaerunColours mod. This mod adds an astonishing 80 plus dyes into the game, allowing you to customize your armor and gear in any way possible with dyes that really provide you with more nuance and choice than the vanilla options. Something that I really like about this dye mod in comparison to others out there is that all of the dyes are based on deities and famous entities from Faerun. For example, one of the dyes is a white Salune dye, while another is a more black toned Shah dye. So if you've been looking for more dyes to spice up how your gear and armor looks in the game, then this mod is definitely the one for you. Our next mod is quite a simple one, but it adds so much flair to the overall customization of your character that I just had to add it in here. This mod is called Wings Unlocked. The mod does exactly what it sounds like, as it adds several wings in the game that you can choose from in order to spice up the overall aesthetic of your character. In particular, it adds 5 wing options into the game that you'll be able to apply to any of your companions and of course your own playable character. So if you've ever wanted to wander around Faerun with some awesome wings, definitely check this mod out. This mod is another great one that I think all players should download, especially if you love the look of capes and cloaks in Baldur's Gate 3. This mod is called Act 1 Capes and Cloaks. If you've played through the game before, you'll definitely be a bit annoyed at the fact that in the game's vanilla state, capes and cloaks, which really make your character look awesome, are only accessible from Act 2 onwards. So you have to venture around in Act 1 without any options for a cape or a cloak. This mod fixes that entirely by adding 20 new capes into the game that are of the common quality and only provide very minor stats such as +1 stealth for example. This mod is great for those who love capes and cloaks and would like more options, especially from the very beginning of the game instead of needing to wait all the way until entering Act 2. This mod is a very simple one, perhaps the simplest on this entire list, but it's really the small things that add up to create a truly awesome aesthetic for your playable characters or your companions. This mod is aptly named Visible Shield, and it also does exactly what it sounds like, making your shields no longer invisible when your weapons are sheathed. In my opinion, this really adds a bit of flair to your character, especially if you're playing as a class focused on weapons such as a fighter or a barbarian, as being able to see your weapon on your back in addition to your shield really completes the entire look when wielding a weapon. Again, this mod is another one that I recommend everyone check out for themselves, as you might find yourself really liking it even if you're not that bugged by the fact that shields are naturally invisible in the game. This mod is a great one and perhaps the most in-depth cosmetic mod out of any in this list. This mod is called DnD Expanded, and what it essentially does is bring to life several DnD races and sub-races that are absent from the game, providing you with even more options when you start up a new playthrough and start customizing your new playable character. Some of the new races that this mod adds to your character creator are a half-giant, a goblin, and a cambion. These are not the only races added by this mod, as it adds several more on top of this, in addition to the fact that some of the races in this mod are also complemented by several new sub-races, really making this mod one of the best race mods in the entire game. So if you've wanted a mod that adds more races and sub-races to the game and also does a fantastic job in doing that, this mod is definitely the one for you. This mod is one that is extremely popular on all platforms, and for entirely good reason. This mod is the Origin Mirror Unlock mod, and it does exactly what it sounds like. The mod will allow you to use the mirror at camp that's used to customize your playable character to your heart's content, but instead this customization is now also extended to the Origin characters in the game. This means that, for example, if you were playing as the Shadowheart Origin but wanted to change her hair or eye colors, you can simply go up to the mirror in the camp and customize Shadowheart as much as you want in the exact same way that you would with your own playable character. I highly recommend this mod for anyone who is currently doing or planning to do a playthrough using an Origin character, as spending a huge chunk of time playing as a character that you can't customize at all really doesn't sound great to me, and so having the option of being able to tinker the Origin around is definitely a great one to have. The last mod on this list isn't just one mod, but simply a collection of mods that you can choose for yourself. If you're getting bored of seeing the exact same dice rolling around during skill checks or dialogue options, then browsing through the large plethora of dice set mods that are available for download might provide you with some needed flair to the dice available in the game. I'd recommend you to download several dice set mods that look personally appealing to you, as I assure you that although this detail is small, it's one that you're definitely going to appreciate, especially in subsequent playthroughs of the game. And with all of that said, that's the last mod for this video. If you want me to do some more mod videos on other types of mods, such as combat mods or quality of life mods, or even more cosmetic mods, please let me know down below in the comments. I'll soon be covering some aspects of the patch 8 stress test for Baldur's Gate 3, which I did get access to and have been tinkering around with for a little while now. So if you're interested in that, please stick around. Anyway, that's all from me for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subbing to the channel for more Baldur's Gate 3 and RPG content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.